Welcome to the dark was a phrase adopted by Ja Morant after Blake Ahern, Memphis Grizzlies assistant coach Blake Ahern, introduced him to it. And literally, Ja Morant is entering the light from the dark. This small-town zero-star recruit became the most electrifying player in the NBA today. Demetrius Jamel Morant, popularly known as Ja Morant, made both his dream and his dad's dream come true. T. Morant had basketball dreams while growing up, but didn't fully materialize when something happened. Ja Morant was born in Dalzell, South Carolina to his dad, T, and mom, Jamie, with his mom being a point guard in high school. It's evident that athleticism runs in the family, and Ja was the chosen one to fulfill the dream. Ja Morant has a younger sister, Tania, who also grew up playing basketball with him in their backyard in South Carolina, and now competes for Hillcrest Middle School in Dalzell. Jamel has the words, "beneath no one," tattooed on his left arm, which was his mother's advice. T. Morant won the high school basketball state championship playing alongside Ray Allen before playing at Division II Claflin University. He was considering a professional career overseas and was ready to live his dream until some news would change his life forever. T's wife Jamie was pregnant with Ja, and T had to give up on his aspiration. T directed all of his energy to help Ja make a career out of basketball. T even hand-built a small cement basketball court in their backyard. This is where T pushed Ja to be great and where Ja fell in love with the grind. From mastering the art of the step-back jumper to doing tire jumps with tractor tires, T and Ja would spend hours at a time working on Ja's skills and athleticism. Looking back on the sacrifice, Ja said, "My dad chose to stay back and look after me instead of going to play basketball. And that's my motivation. I'm living my dream and his dream right now." Ja had to work that much harder to achieve this because his physical stature didn't stream a future NBA player. In fact, Ja stood at 5'9" as a freshman in high school, so he actually didn't suit up for the varsity basketball team until his sophomore year. He also didn't play for a well-known AAU circuit growing up. Ja played with the South Carolina Hornets, a small grassroots team based in Columbia, South Carolina. For a season, Ja and Zion Williamson were teammates, providing some crazy throwback photos that almost seem fake. I'm sure there was plenty of love from Ja and Zion back then. While the infamous saying is curiosity killed the cat, curiosity led to Ja getting discovered. And even though Ja was coming off a season in which he received all-state honors as a junior in high school, he was not being recruited by colleges. The summer before his senior year, Ja was a late addition to a camp put on by Chandler Parsons' AAU program. James Kane, Murray State assistant basketball coach, was there scouting a different player at the time. Kane ventured down a hallway in pursuit of the concession stand, and he was sipping on a soda. Kane could hear balls bouncing in the court, so out of curiosity, he decided to take a peek. Kane was immediately impressed by Ja's play in a game of 3-on-3 and said it took a few minutes to realize Ja was special. Kane was so impressed with what he saw that he had Matt McMahon, Murray State's head coach, drive up to the camp to personally witness Ja in action. McMahon wasted no time in agreeing with Kane's assessment, so Murray State's recruitment of Ja began. When it came time to offer a scholarship, Ja was so under-recruited at the time, his mom asked Kane if the scholarship was for 4 years. I just started laughing. I was like, "Yeah, it's a 4-year scholarship, but he's going to be there for 2 years," said Kane at the time. 24/7 Sports, one of the most notable voices in rating high school athletes and following their recruitments, didn't even give Ja a reading and showed him as having 0 offers outside of Murray State. Quite pathetic. But Kane never gave up and firmly believed that his craving for a snack resulted in him finding a diamond in the rough as Ja continued to play for Murray State, making a name for himself. On Ja's first arrival at Murray State, he had to accept the hard truth that he had quite a long way to go before being on top of the game. And just accepting a D1 offer didn't mean he had done so. Ja was far from being viewed as a big man on campus like a traditional top basketball recruit would be. Ja said, "Coming for being under the radar, I could sit somewhere and nobody would follow me." Following a remarkable freshman season, that lack of notoriety quickly began to change following an impressive freshman season with the Racers, where Ja showed he belonged to Division I basketball. Morant averaged 12.7 points, 6.5 assists, and 6.3 rebounds per game that year, on his way to earning his first team All-Ohio Valley Conference honors. Following a season where he did it all for Murray State and helped them reach the NCAA tournament, Ja started to find himself on the NBA draft prospect list. He solidified his spot on this after being one of just 20 players invited to Chris Paul's elite guard camp. During the summer after his freshman season, with newfound attention from pro scouts, Ja took this momentum and ran with it as he grabbed the college basketball world's attention with his sophomore campaign. That season, Ja averaged 24.5 points, 10 assists, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.8 steals per game. Ja was named OVC Player of the Year as he became the first NCAA player to average more than 20 points and 10 assists per game. In the first-round win, he became just the 8th player in tournament history to record a triple-double, as he recorded 17 points, 16 assists, and 11 rebounds. Even though he and the Racers fell in the next round, Ja didn't go out quietly. Going off for 28 points, Ja became the talk of the entire basketball community and declared for the 2019 NBA Draft. Ja's becoming a fan favorite with his electrifying style of play still wasn't enough to silence all the doubts surrounding him. He dealt with questions and concerns about his game's ability to translate to the NBA level. Did Ja succeed when he played for a small conference not traditionally known for basketball? Will he be a flash in the pan and never fully established in the league after being fun to watch in college? This was the noise Ja heard as the Grizzlies drafted him second overall, but it drove him to prove it was exactly that, just noise. His rookie season was an opportunity to show everyone that he belonged in this league, and that's exactly what Ja did that year, as he took home the NBA Rookie of the Year. He averaged 17.8 points, 7.3 assists, and 3.9 rebounds per game, leading all rookies in assists and total points scored, while Ja demonstrated that he could achieve personal success in the league and was tremendously talented. The conversation shifted to his ability to lead and turn an entire franchise around. With the conclusion of Ja's rookie season, the Grizzlies missed the playoff for a third straight year with an 89-148 record. Ja's second season in the league was nearly identical to his first, as he again averaged around 20 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds per game. The difference? Ja carried Memphis to the playoffs. And to say he carried them is not a stretch. In the newly implemented playing tournament, Ja put up 35 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists in an overtime win over the Warriors. He gave the Grizz the 8th and final spot in the playoffs. Then, they stunned everyone by taking Game 1 on the road against the top-seeded Jazz. Ja followed up that win by exploding for 47 points and 7 assists in Game 2. While Memphis ended up losing to the Jazz in the first round, it was clear that the future was bright in Memphis, with Ja running the show. At this point, it's safe to say, Ja has proven that he's both skilled and talented. But do you think he can take a bold leap to superstardom? Thanks to his recent accomplishment, expectations were high as the conversation shifted to seeing how high his ceiling was. Ja's play this season has shown that the ceiling seems to be sky high. Ja made his first All-Star game after over 25 points per game and just under 7 assists and 6 rebounds. He was also named a starter in the game, an incredible honor for a player in just his third season. Ja's performance this year has shown that he's capable of putting up video game numbers on any given night, in addition to consistently producing. Nothing better demonstrates this than a 4-game stretch in February against the Trailblazers. Ja tied his career high of 44 points, scoring 20 in the fourth quarter, while adding in 11 assists for the game. Then, following a tough, close loss to the Timberwolves in the Grizzlies' next game, Ja responds by setting his career high, dropping 46 points in a win against the Bulls. Just when you feel he's gotten to his peak performance and can't get any more dominant, Ja dropped 52 points on an extremely efficient 22 of 30 shooting performance in Memphis' next game. And his performances aren't the only thing that has improved this year either. As a result of Morant's play, the Grizzlies find themselves battling for a top seed in the West. He took a team that once focused on trying to make the playoffs to making significant attempts to secure the home court advantage. Ja has clearly established himself as the potential future of the league and the face of the Memphis Grizzlies. Based on his track record, it's safe to say that the 22-year-old is on his way to stardom. In Magic Johnson's words, indeed, Ja's rise goes beyond the flashy plays that make him one of the most exciting players in the league. He is a must-see TV, and he's set to change the game. So what is your take on this zero-star recruit turned NBA star? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Have a great day and see you in the next one.